Elementary particles. We are all familiar with ordinary matter, and we know it is made of protons, neutrons and electrons, which we consider as the elementary particle. But other than these, there are still more fundamental particles which are more elementary than protons, neutrons, etc. There are hundreds of such elementary particles. They have short lifetime, they decay fast, they are created in high energy collision. They are basically of two types: leptons, which are light particles, which are considered elementary particle or fundamental particle, and then you have hadrons, which are heavy particles, which are made up of quarks. Then there are massless bosons. So these are some of the elementary particles. We'll be discussing that. We'll be classifying them and studying in detail. So there are hundreds of elementary particles other than what we know as electrons, protons, neutrons, etc. So those we'll be studying in detail. We have heard of the Large Hadron Collider at the CERN labs, which is the largest experiment going on in the world where studies on fundamental particles are being carried out. So we'll find out what is meant by a hadron. We'll be discussing all that. Before going into those details, we have to understand what are the basic fundamental interactions taking place among the particles in matter or in the universe. What are the different fundamental interactions? Now let us discuss that. The fundamental interactions are basically of four types: strong interaction, electromagnetic interaction, weak interaction and gravitational interaction. Electric interaction, magnetic interaction, it has been combined as electromagnetic interaction. Strong interaction is applicable in a very short range. The range in which the strong interaction is observed or valid is of the order of 10 raised to minus 15 meter. That means within the nucleus. 10 raised to 15 minus 15 meter is approximately the radius of the nucleus. So it is coming in that very short range. And the particles which are affected in this short range are quarks and hadrons. The particles which are affected are quarks and hadrons. And if you consider the relative strength, if you assume that the strength of this strong interaction is 1, relative to this strength will be grading the other interactions. And in each interaction, there is a particle that is being exchanged. So in this strong interaction, the particle that is being exchanged is gluons and mesons. So these are two fundamental particles which are exchanged in this strong interaction. And the role of this strong interaction is holding together quarks to form nucleons. Nucleons are protons, neutrons, etc. So those are held together with the quarks. Quarks are the particles which hold them together. Now you look at electromagnetic interaction. This is a familiar interaction for you, and we know the interaction particle or the particle that is exchanged in the electromagnetic interaction are photons. And the particles that are affected in the electromagnetic interaction are charged particles. So it is the charged particles that are affected in the electromagnetic interaction, and the range in which this electromagnetic interaction is valid, it is of infinite range. It is applicable in infinite range, and the strength of this electromagnetic interaction compared to the strong interaction. So it is of the order of 10 raised to minus 2. That means 1/100th of the strength of strong interaction is our electromagnetic interaction. Or you can say strong interaction is 100 times stronger than the electromagnetic interaction in the same distance. And the exchange particle is photon. And the role of this electromagnetic interaction is in the determination of structure of atoms, nucleus, structure of solids, liquids, and also in the study of the astronomical universe. Next, you have the weak interaction. In the weak interaction, the particles affected are quarks and leptons. What are these particles? We'll be studying later on. I am just naming the particles right now. And the range in which this weak interaction is applicable is of the order of 10 raised to minus 18 meter. 10 raised to minus 15 meter is the radius of a nucleus. Even smaller than that. That means within the particles inside the nucleus, this weak interaction is valid. And the strength of the weak interaction is of the order of 10 raised to minus 5 compared to the strong interaction. And the particle exchanged in this weak interaction are called intermediate bosons. And the role of this weak interaction is in the transformation of quarks and leptons and the study of the composition of atomic nuclei. So that is where the weak interaction is coming in. Next is the gravitational interaction, which is known to all of us. It affects all particles. All particles which are having mass are affected by the gravitational interaction. And the range of this gravitational interaction is infinite distance. Infinite range is applicable both for electromagnetic and gravitational. And the relative strength of the gravitational interaction compared to the strong interaction is of the order of 10 raised to minus 39. So compared to this strong interaction, it is very, very weak. But when it comes to very massive objects, this becomes considerably significant. And the particle exchanged in the gravitational interaction are gravitons. And the role of this gravitational interaction is to assemble matter to form planets, stars, galaxies, etc. So in the astronomical world, in the massive world, this gravitational interaction is of very, very great importance.